Imagine for a moment that the night sky, that comforting velvet blanket speckled with ancient light, is not a permanent fixture of our existence, but a ticking clock winding down. We gaze at the stars and see eternal stability. Yet the universe is a dying ember, drifting through an ocean of nothingness toward a final cold extinction. Welcome to Cosmic Horizon Hub, where today we confront the most terrifying truth in all of science: the end of everything. It is a story not of sudden destruction, but of a long, slow decay, a cosmic funeral where every star and galaxy will lose its fight against the dark. Picture the universe as an immense, grand ballroom where the music is slowly fading. For billions of years, galaxies have danced in a chaotic, beautiful waltz. But the music is changing. The tempo is slowing. We are living in the golden age of the cosmos, a brief, fleeting moment of illumination before the lights dim. The most daunting aspect is that the universe is not just expanding, it is accelerating. Space itself is stretching at impossible velocities. Dark energy, a mysterious, invisible force, is acting like an anti-gravity engine, pushing the very fabric of space-time apart until it reaches a point of disintegration. Consider the fate of the stars, the beacons of our reality. They are not eternal. They are fusion reactors, burning their fuel against the weight of gravity. One by one, they will run out of fuel. First, the massive, brilliant blue giants will collapse into violent supernova. Then, the smaller, steady yellow stars like our own sun will expand into red giants, and finally shrink into cold, white dwarfs. Eventually, the last red dwarf will exhaust its hydrogen, flickering out into a graveyard of black cinders. Imagine a sky where no light exists. No moonlight, no starlight, no galaxies shimmering in the distance. Just the crushing weight of an infinite lightless void. This is the degenerate era. Black holes are the final sentinels of the universe. They are the cosmic archivists, hoarding the mass of dead galaxies. But even they are not immortal. Through Hawking radiation, they slowly leak particles, evaporating over unimaginable timescales that render the entire history of mankind as a single vibration. When the last black hole evaporates in a final, frantic burst of particles, what remains? Nothing. A state of maximum entropy. A universe so cold, so dark, and so devoid of energy that not a single event, not a thought, not a chemical reaction can occur. Time itself loses its meaning when there is nothing left to change. You might ask, why does this matter? Why worry about an event trillions of years away? It matters because it forces us to look in the mirror of existence and appreciate the brief, brilliant spark we share in this golden age of light. We are the universe experiencing itself, a brief candle flame in a hurricane of entropy. Our presence here on this fragile blue marble is a statistical impossibility, a defiance of the cold, mechanical nature of the vacuum. The fact that we have emerged from the chaos, that we have developed the capacity to look up at the stars and wonder about our own end, is perhaps the most profound miracle in existence. It makes every moment, every breath, and every flicker of human connection infinitely precious. If the universe is destined for darkness, then our light becomes the most important thing there is. We are the brief, defiant spark that refuses to be extinguished without leaving a mark. Think of the beauty of a symphony. It must end for it to be beautiful. If it played forever, it would lose its meaning. The limitation of time is what gives our lives their shape and their urgency. The terrifying truth of the end is not a reason for despair. It is a call to action. It is an invitation to explore, to learn, to create, and to cherish the sheer luck of being alive during this vibrant moment. We are made of star stuff, as Carl Sagan once said, and one day we will return to the cosmos. But before that happens, we have a purpose. We are the observers. We are the ones who give the universe its meaning. We are the historians of the void. As we look into the abyss, we shouldn't fear it. We should understand it. The horizon may be dark, but the journey toward it is illuminated by the brilliance of human intellect and our spirits. We are not just dust in the wind. We are the consciousness of the cosmos, striving to understand its own origin. Every question we answer, every planet we discover, adds a chapter to the story that will endure until the last photon fades. The end is certain, but the experience is ours to define. Let us embrace this cosmic dance with everything we have. Science speaks of the big freeze, the big rip, and the big crunch. each a harrowing narrative of how the end might manifest. The Big Freeze is a slow, inevitable cooling where the universe expands until the distance between stars becomes too vast. It is the ultimate isolation. Imagine being the last observer, looking out into a sea of absolute, unrelenting blackness. Then there is the Big Rip. If dark energy grows stronger, it will not just push galaxies apart. It will overcome gravity. It will tear individual solar systems, then planets, and finally, it will tear the very atoms themselves apart. And the Big Crunch suggests that gravity might eventually win, pulling all matter back into a singularity of infinite density. Each of these scenarios poses a fundamental question. Is the universe cyclical? Is our present reality merely one breath in a series? We do not know, but the terror of the unknown is precisely what makes the study of cosmology so intoxicating. We are deciphering the blueprints of reality, while the building itself is undergoing its final, slow renovation. Consider the entropy of the system. Entropy, the measure of disorder, is the universe's arrow of time. It tells us that things naturally move from order to chaos. Your room becomes messy, a glass shatters, a star burns out. The universe is a giant, isolated system, and according to the second law of thermodynamics, it must move toward maximum entropy. This means that, eventually, no work can be performed. The energy of the universe will be perfectly distributed, a state of thermal equilibrium, often called the heat death. It is not hot in the sense of temperature, but rather dead in the sense of potential. It is the ultimate stillness. How do we, as finite beings, reconcile our existence with this infinite destination? We look for patterns. We seek to understand the rules of the game. We find in the mathematical precision of gravity and the quantum fluctuations of the vacuum a language that the universe speaks. By learning this language, we are not just passive inhabitants. We are participants. We are the architects of meaning in a universe that has no inherent interest in our survival. That realization is empowering. It means that the value we assign to our lives, our art, our love, and our pursuit of truth is entirely and beautifully our own. The void is not waiting for us with malice. It is simply the natural state of equilibrium. We are the anomaly. We are the flicker of life that has managed to sustain itself for a moment, and that makes us the most important part of the story. Even when we analyze the darkest possibilities, we find the courage to keep searching. We map the cosmic microwave background, we probe the behavior of subatomic particles in the Large Hadron Collider, and we aim our telescopes at the earliest light of the dawn of time. We are desperate to understand, and in that desperation, we find our humanity. Our ancestors looked at the stars and saw gods. We look at the stars and see physics, chemistry, and history. The wonder has not diminished. It has only evolved. Imagine, if you will, the billions of years that have passed. The formation of the first stars from primordial gas, the birth of heavy elements in the hearts of supernovas, the creation of planets, the appearance of life, and finally, the emergence of a species capable of questioning its own mortality. This is a sequence of events so improbable that it borders on the miraculous. We are the result of billions of years of trial and error, a biological process that has culminated in the ability to reflect upon the very mechanism of our own destruction. This is not a cause for sorrow, it is a celebration. We are the witnesses of the cosmos. Our eyes are the eyes of the universe. Our minds are the mind of the universe. Our voices are the voice of the universe. To exist is to fulfill a function. When we look at the night sky, we are participating in a loop of feedback that has been occurring for billions of years. The stars birthed the atoms that eventually formed our brains, and now our brains are turning back to study the stars. It is a perfect poetic symmetry. As we discuss the end, remember that this end is measured in scales of time that are effectively infinite. You have nothing to fear from the heat death of the universe in your own life. Your concern should be with the present. Your concern should be with the preservation of knowledge and the pursuit of connection. We are all on this tiny vessel together, drifting through the dark, and the only light we have is the one we create for each other. The scientific endeavor is at its core an act of defiance against the silence. Every telescope launched into orbit, every paper written, every lecture delivered is a small, bright light in the vast encroaching shadow. We are saying, we were here, we saw this, we understood it. And that is enough. It must be enough. The fragility of our existence is precisely what makes our achievements so significant. If we lived forever, nothing would matter because everything could be corrected later. But because our time is finite, every moment counts. Every decision carries weight. Every act of kindness, every discovery, every bit of wonder adds to the tapestry of existence. We are the thread that links the past to the future, the consciousness that bridges the gap between the Big Bang and the ultimate end. So, as you go about your life, carry this perspective with you. The universe is grand, it is cold, and it is ultimately temporary, but it is also ours. It is our home, it is our canvas, it is our story. Do not shy away from the grand questions. Do not be afraid to admit that the scale of it all is overwhelming. That fear is just the beginning of understanding. The more we learn, the more we see the intricate beauty in the design. We see the way gravity weaves galaxies together. We see the way the laws of physics are fine-tuned to allow for the complexity of life. We see the way even the final decay is a process of unfolding, a return to the fundamental simplicity from which everything emerged. Your presence here, engaging with these ideas, is a testament to the human spirit's desire to transcend the limitations of the physical world. If you have been moved by this journey through the deep time of our universe, if you feel that sudden surge of wonder, press at the vastness and the fragility of our existence, then you are part of our mission here at Cosmic Horizon Hub. We are building a community of thinkers, dreamers, and seekers who aren't afraid to look into the darkness and find the truth hidden within. If you want to keep exploring the edges of reality, if you want to join us as we untangle the knots of space and time, there is only one thing left to do. Hit that like button to spread the light, share this video with those who ponder the stars, and most importantly, subscribe to Cosmic Horizon Hub. Join our journey as we continue to push the boundaries of what is known, ensuring that the story of the universe is told, celebrated, and understood, right until the final, beautiful sunset of eternity. Let us know in the comments, if you knew the final chapter of the universe, would it change how you live your life today? Let's discuss.